The NBA Math Trade Deadline Primer with Coach Spins continues as we take a look at the Utah Jazz. After Gordon Hayward left this past summer, the Jazz were expecting this to be a transitional year. Utah purposely tried to make sure they didn't have many long-term contracts on their cap sheet. Instead, the small market Jazz tried to do everything they could to rebuild around Rudy Gobert, a stifling defensive presence. Gobert is without a doubt this franchise's cornerstone and type of player that they should aim to build around for the next decade. But what the organization did not expect was to get such a high level of production from rookie guard Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell leads all rookies in the NBA by averaging over 19 points a game, and is doing so while also having a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. Dynamic offensive playmakers like Mitchell, paired with a defensive stopper as Rudy Gobert, means Utah has a dangerous 1-2 punch moving forward. In order to build effectively around that tandem, the Jazz would be smart to part from two players that will be free agents at the end of the season at the same positions as Gobert and Mitchell. Derek Favors, who has been pushed out of the center position and awkwardly moved to power forward, might gain some real value on the trade market for the Jazz. Other teams that might be looking for an offensive-minded five over the long term could see Derek Favors as a type of value proposition. He's an efficient finisher, an underrated defender, and the type of player that is going to be able to thrive in any type of system he's placed in. He certainly won't re-sign with the Jazz, so the team should move him no matter what. Utah should also be shopping swingman Rodney Hood. Hood will be a restricted free agent at the end of the season, meaning any team acquiring him also gets his restricted free agent rights and the right of first refusal. His long-term role in Utah is now blocked by the emergence of Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz also have swingman Joe Johnson on an expiring contract that is worth about $10 million this year. That hefty sum might be difficult for the Jazz to move. If they're unable to move him, expect Utah to buy him out and give him the chance to sign with a contender that needs a bully 3 or 4 that can work with their back to the basket or in face-up situations. Utah has some cap space and a minor disabled player exception they received for Thabo Sefolosha. Utah's front office has always been shrewd and able to place themselves in situations to succeed over the long term. It wouldn't be shocking if the Jazz finagled themselves into conversations around stars like Kevin Love, Isaiah Thomas, Jabari Parker, or even Kemba Walker, such players that are being shopped by their current teams and could make great superstar additions long term for the Utah Jazz.